Yesterday afternoon, we received the new releases from Rolex and discontinued models, as well as the off-catalog timepieces. Let's get into it. I'm excited. We're going to start off, guys, with the new releases. So, number one is the albino Rolex. That's the 126502. What this watch is pretty much for VIPs only. It's a non-exhibition model, so it won't even be in the window. You won't be able to try it on. It's not limited in production, but it will be very hard to get. The watch is Rolesium, which means it's like 99% stainless steel. There's platinum components being on the outer ring, and on the open case back, it does have an open case back, which is really cool and a first for Rolex on a stainless steel model. The watch on my wrist at retail, guys, on Rolex.com, this watch is around $16,500. Because the albino 126502 is Rolesium, because they have a precious metal on the watch, the retail price is $57,000. That's US dollars. I know a lot of you guys watch from other countries. We appreciate it. I'm going to go by US figures. Where will the market be on that watch? Probably 3x retail. At least 2. I want to say 3 though. I want to say even 4 to start. So I expect the watch to be just north of $200,000 in the secondary market. Good luck getting one. Wait if this watch comes out in the secondary market. I think last year we got a new model in a week or 2 weeks. I think it was an OP, one of the new OPs. The beige OP is what it was. And I bought it for about 16 and I ended up selling the watch for 13. So I just learned from my mistake. Don't buy the hype, just settle. So that's the albino. The number 2 hottest release was the 100-year Rolex. This is the 13403. They have it in stainless steel. It's a really cool watch. Of current production, it was a first for Rolex to come up with this two-tone variation again. So they did a stainless steel case, stainless steel bracelet, and they went with an 18-karat yellow gold bezel and the crown. And then there's also yellow gold components on the dial, hour markers, etc., hands. And then there's also green on the dial as well, which is really cool. They put a 100-year, they wrote it out on the dial, and as well it's also on the crown. The watch is going to retail for around $9,000. I expect the watch to be in the $20,000 range, $15,000 to $20,000 range after everything settles. If it's a $50,000 piece, I'll be shocked, and I would say it's just because of the 100-year commemoration. In 1926, they released the first ever wristwatch that was waterproof. In 1927, this Rolex is set to auction for $1.3 million. Let me tell you the story. Mercedes Gleitz in 1927 was the first woman to ever cross the English Channel by swim. Rolex at the time, Hans Willdorf, used Mercedes Gleitz as sort of a test on the swim to see if his Rolex watch could withstand timekeeping abilities in this freezing cold water. The swim took her 15 hours and 15 minutes. Well, it passed the test. The Rolex was still in perfect running condition. Once that happened, Daily Mail caught wind of this and wrote a massive article that blew up in the media. Mercedes Gleitz is also Rolex's first ever true athlete. This Rolex watch became the pioneer model for Rolex's waterproofing mechanisms used in their future watches. Who knew that Rolex's first athlete was a woman? The next biggest release, in my opinion, is the Matcha Day-Date. This year was the 70th year anniversary of the Rolex Day-Date collection, and they came out for the first time ever with a new 18-karat alloy. So remember, we have Everose gold, we have yellow gold, we have white gold. Well, now we have a new gold in Rolex, and they call it a Jubilee gold. It's a gold that's not quite as pink as Everose, and it's not quite as yellow gold. The dial is this cool light green aventurine dial color. Has 10 baguettes on it. Price on this one is $61,650. You can expect probably, just because the new gold, over 100,000, guys, in the secondary market. Wait for the dust to settle on that one. So we're calling that one the Matcha. Let us know in the comments if you guys like that nickname. By the way, the albino nickname is something I thought of right away when I saw that watch. You know, a lot of people don't love the name, but I'm seeing it stick. That's just what I'm seeing. Anyways, the next biggest release is this guy right here. This watch right here. This one. It is a new, I call it floral motif. They have the word Rolex written in several colors. I don't know the exact colors off the top of my head. Comment below what it is. They offer it in 31, 34, 36, and 41 A lot of people thought the 41 was going to be off catalog right when it came out, but it's not. In 36, the retail is $6,700. I expect this watch to be at, think about the Tiffany 36 millimeter. That one is about a $15,000 piece. It's very hard to get that watch. If it's hard to get and Rolex makes it a very, very hard to get watch, this will be a $15,000 piece on a 36. I think it's a lot like the Celebration OP bubble dial Rolex, which they discontinued in 2025, at the end of 24 or 25, so it's been almost 2 years that we've seen a colorful, playful dial OP. I like to see it come back. This is cool. I think the 41 millimeter will go for north of 20 for sure. It's a cool watch. Of the new releases, there's been several other things. Those are the noteworthy ones. Let's go through the discontinuations. The Pepsi is the big news, guys. There's no Coke. The Coke has not been released. We're still waiting. There was a patent that was filed in 2022 for Rolex to make a ceramic black and red bezel. We haven't seen it yet. Rolex is making us wait on the edge of our seats up for that one. So no Coke and no more Pepsi. The rumors were true. The reason that it was discontinued is there's a lot of production issues in producing that red and blue bicolor bezel. You shine that UV light, which we've done in several videos, it reveals that the entire bezel is in full red, and they sintered the blue on the top of that red. So it's something to do with that process. It is causing production issues. What has been discontinued for the BLRO bicolor bezel is the Pepsi on Oyster and Jubilee. Those are both gone, Oyster and Jubilee. Then you have the 126719 Superman, that's the blue dial, that's gone. And also the 126719 Meteorite, that is also gone. So 3 models gone with the Pepsi BLRO bezel. The market for the Pepsi, at least for 2026 models, those will be the highest premium models. It will be, I want to say, close to 50,000, definitely over 40,000. If it's 50, let's just call it 50 for the sake of this video, for a true unworn 2026, that means that a 25 is less, and that a 2024 is less than that, and a 23 is less than that, and so on and so forth. We've had a lot of people, our phone has been ringing nonstop on customers looking to sell their Rolex Pepsi. I'm not a buyer of the Rolex Pepsi right now. I wait till the dust settles. I told you what happened with us with the beige OP. So just hold on that one, guys. Don't get in it. Don't get out of it, or get out of it right now if you can, I guess, if someone's willing to pay a premium. I'm not yet, unless probably I have a sold order. So Pepsi gone. The other models that are gone, the Cookie Monster, interesting enough, and I have a lot to say on that one. So the Cookie Monster is the 126719. This one right here. This is a watch that retailed for just over 50,000, and in the secondary market, it was notoriously known as the biggest losing model. We just did a video on this last week, and one of our video guys came to me. He's like, hey, are you sure that you really lose $20,000 if you sell this watch? You buy it at 52, after tax you pay 57 around. We buy it at around 30. And I was like, yeah, that's really what happens. So I don't know if Rolex listens to the secondary market. Actually, I don't think they do. But for a Rolex watch with the record that they have, for this to happen, it's quite an oddball, for lack of a better term. Doesn't happen often, and maybe that's why they discontinued it, because prices will go up right now. They'll go maybe close to retail. The next model they discontinued, which was a shock, is the Azuro Blue Datejust. They discontinued it on the 126300, the smooth bezel, on Jubilee and Oyster, and on the 126334, the fluted bezel, Oyster and Jubilee. The good news is, if you had the watch, the value of your watch just went up overnight. The next topic is the off-catalog watches, the off-catalog releases. We're going to go through each one. Of course, I don't have a lot of facts on them, but I have the visuals. We were the first publication to have the visuals, and it went viral. I think we have over 600, 700,000 views on it right now. A lot of comments to go through, which I'd love to go through after this video. The albino is an off-catalog piece, as we had mentioned. 2x, 3x, even 4x retail. Here's the Matcha, $100,000 watch right there, in my opinion. And we have this, I'm going to butcher the name, but Chrysocolla GMT Master 2 in Ever Rose Gold. This one has diamonds encrusted on the case, and then you have your emeralds and different colored stones on this, and a very cool dial. Look at that pattern, but 379,000. Remember, the off-catalog watches are watches that are not on Rolex.com. But if it's an off-catalog watch, it won't be here on the website. They won't have a product page for it. So they're showing you this albino. Well, that's it. You can't click into it like other watches. Okay? On other watches, I'll show you, just so you know what a non-off catalog is. This is a non-off catalog. You can look at it, look at the price, and look at the model review page here. So all of these watches are not on the website. They don't have product listing pages. The next one is the GMT Master 2 126759 SABL-001. Diamond encrusted case again, and you have your different, looks like bi-colored stones. Again, almost like a bi-colored ceramic bezel, but with stones. Cool, and diamonds. I love to see it on the GMT. 253,000 for that watch there. This was a cool one. I like this one because of the brown Oyster Flex strap. It's a carnelian YM40 on that brown Oyster Flex, and the last time that we saw that brown Oyster Flex was on the Giraffe model, exclusively on that model, but now it's also been added to this off-catalog piece. 160 for it, probably a 250 watch, 300. Very cool watch. The next one, they did a lot of different variations with the Day-Date 36s. They have it in leather straps. They did it in full white gold, full yellow gold, full rose gold. You can take a look at all those on this video here. I like this one the most personally. Cool, and looks like just the 36mm sizes, guys. Rolex does play around with the Day-Date models in different stones and different colors. So this is something traditional to see. Pink opal is pretty nice. Look at those prices. Now this watch is a sleeper right here. This is the gold leaf motif Day-Date 40. It's on the Jubilee gold alloy, so that's gonna be a premium commanding watch on the secondary market. Probably 150,000 for that there. We'll see. Guys, we hope you liked this video. Comment below anything you want to know more on. Happy to comment back to you guys. We hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, be sure to reach out to my team looking to buy or sell. Happy to help you guys. God bless. We have more models to get into. That's Cartier, AP, Patek Philippe, and several other models, brands. Thank you guys for watching. Cheers.